So again, this is round 5 of the Team Win and In tournament. We are in the winner's bracket, so myself and my opponent are both undefeated. I don't know how I got this far. I think I just got a little bit lucky, but maybe we'll get a bit higher up on the bracket by skill. We'll see. Just waiting for my opponent. We're doing best 2 out of 3. I have had the fortune of having played against 3 Necrozma Malamar decks. Now, one of them was smart enough to attack with the other Necrozma, the regular Necrozma GX, and didn't send out the Dawnwings Necrozma at all. But the other 2 opponents, they did involve that particular Pokemon with Dark Weakness in their deck and in their strategy when they played against me. So that was 3 decks with Malamar, and I defeated them. And I defeated them 2-0. Now, the one player who did not use Dawnwings, I only defeated him 2-1. So he was a little bit more of a challenge. Okay, so let's go. ZoroPod. Accept. And let's go. The other deck, the more interesting deck I faced was a Tails was a Yveltal Break deck, and it looks like I am going second, unfortunately. Yeah, Yveltal Break Hoopa. And I really had to emphasize the Oranguru in that match, unfortunately. Had to Oranguru, attack with Oranguru, Puzzle of Time when he knocked it out. It was troublesome, but I did win. And I do not have... Ooh, Garbodor. So, if it's BuzzGarb, that's bad. But I do have a way to beat BuzzGarb. I certainly do. I'm running 4... Okay, no. Maybe it's ZoroGarb? Yeah, because Buzzwole doesn't play Bridget. So first turn is usually the longest. Gotta be careful about what he picks, but I'm thinking at least one Zoroark. He could be playing an experimental deck. He could not be playing Zoroark at all. But if he brings out Garbodor or Buzzwole, my strategy is going to be to get out that Mew, get out that Latios, take advantage of Psychic Weakness. If he brings out Zoroark, well, I have some options here. I can attack with Zoroark myself and just hope I fill up my bench better than him and hit the Ace Rollers better than him and get Choice Bands better than him. I'm running 2. One mistake with this deck is the Ace Rollers really helped out. I'm running 4 Field Blower. I think next time I would just cut 1 Field Blower for 2 Ace Roller. All right, so here we go. ZoroGarb. And this is not good at all. I don't have anything. Well, let's just guarantee we'll get some more Pokemon next turn. Let's do that. And we're just going to ram because that's all we can do. And I'm going to do a little broken heart here because this could be the end of my first match. It's pretty likely that he's going to get a Float Stone to retreat his Garbodor or his Trubbish. And there's also a good chance that he's going to get Zoroark GX. And there you go. There's his Zoroark GX. He will probably get off of that Ultra Ball, and he'll be able to do Riotous Beating for what right now would be 100, which would be enough. And, okay, looks like he doesn't have what he needs to KO my Zorua on his second turn, so he's going to try to get it with a Supporter. Ace Roller. Oh, I damaged his Trubbish. Okay, yeah, he doesn't need to Float Stone it. So I'm thinking he has the Zoroark. Oh, there we go. All right. Well played, my friend. I'll let him know I want to go first on game 2. Okay, and let me send the challenge. I forgot how to do that. Let's see here. All right, so I'm behind one game. I got to win 2 games. Would I like to go first? Yes. And there we go. Much, much better start here. So let's send out the Wimpod. Start with the Wimpod because you can always use its Wimp Out ability to retreat it if you don't want it active. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So let's start out by doing that. And we don't need the double puzzle yet, so let's just get that hand away. And all right, this is turning out much better. So let's put down that guy just to increase our number of Pokemon here. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And maybe this will be an inverse of last game. Maybe he won't get any basics, and I will take him down turn 2. We'll see. I mean, if game 1 was he donks me turn 2, and then game 2 is I donk him turn 1, that would not be an interesting set of games. But this is just, the reality of the game. You accept that certain things don't go down in the most dramatic way possible. Sometimes you play a fire deck or something like that. You face a water deck, and weakness is what determines the outcome of the match. That's just reality. I've been playing this game for roughly 18 years, and that's just a reality that I've become accustomed to. So he's got Tapu Lele for a supporter. Probably Bridget. Would have been nice if I had Bridget last game. So there we go. Bridget, obvious choice when you're playing a Zoroark deck. So I'm probably going to get a knockout. Now he could have like an enhanced hammer in his hand. But I'm most likely going to get a knockout on this Zorua. Or not. Ooh, man, that's a good setup right there. And, energy drive. Okay. So, man, he really likes swinging with Lele. Okay. Oh. I'll send out this guy. Okay. Well, let's discard the Mew and an energy. And let's get the Golisopod. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Puzzle of Time. We got 3 of them. We're good on DCEs. None of them got prized. Okay. All right. I do not like the Zoroark count here, but we'll just have to live with it. And I was thinking about doing a Guzma, but yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. And we will first impression for the knockout. So now we both have 1 prize. Now this guy has board advantage, unfortunately. So I did not get anything good off of my prizes. Yeah, he's got board advantage right now. I have to figure out how I'm going to get my field blower to get rid of his parallel city. I have to figure out a way to attack with something other than Golisopod now that I've used up my first impression. I have to get it back on the bench to use First Impression again, and that's not likely to happen next turn. I'd have to get it on the bench, Floatstone, Guzma, something like that. So probably going to use that Tapu Lele to get a supporter, probably a Sycamore or a Cynthia to get out my Zoroark GX next turn. So he's being careful with his decisions here. Not likely that he'll swing with Lele now that he is on his second turn. He can evolve into Zoroark. Right now, if he sends out Zoroark, let's just assume he has a choice band. He's going to be swinging me for 110. That's enough to KO me in 2 turns. So I need to get this Golisopod out of the active slot and start attacking with Zoroark GX. Maybe I'll get an Acerola. Actually, I won't, because I'm going to use my Lele to get a supporter. All right. He's going to resource management his Puzzle of Time, I assume. And his Acerola, probably, because Acerola will win you the match. Because if you're doing equal amounts of damage, you're just trading riotous beatings the whole game. That Acerola will be very valuable. Looks like the resource management was a last-minute decision for this turn. He's taken a while to figure out what 3 cards he wants exactly. So, yep, there we go. I called it. I mean, it wasn't that difficult of a call. So I'm not going to play N for sure, because I don't want him to get those cards back. Put that down. And let's get Sycamore if I have it. All right, no, it is prized. So we'll just get Cynthia. And we'll stick that there. And so he's given himself a pretty good advantage here. Okay, this is great. So let's get rid of that. And we will get rid of 2 tools. That and that. And we'll put that here. And evolve into the other Zoroark. Man, my prizes are not good. And let's do our first trade here. We only need 1 DCE, so let's take care of that. Okay. Let's do another trade. Okay, so we're maxing out at 100 damage. All right, well, this is dumb, but we need to take this guy out. So, yeah, let's just cross and cut and send up Lele. I hope I get something good off that prize. All right, so now I've got all 4 Puzzle of Time available to me, theoretically. And you know, hey, I just noticed he didn't get out any Zoroark GX last turn. I wonder if he'll get one this turn. Because there are none in his discard pile. I like that this game is turning out a little bit longer than the first one. So, presumably he's just sending up the... Ooh, man, all right. Presumably he's just sending up the Lele just so that he can retreat with it. Or maybe he's attacking with it, because he seems to like doing that. And as I noted in the last video I did, where my opponent was playing playing, what was it? Malamar Necrozma. Man, I love it when they start swinging with Lele. That's fun. So I cannot do Crossing Cut GX next turn. So even if I get a Choice Band, I am not knocking out this Lele, unfortunately. So I'm going to hope I get a DCE. A DCE. And I Guzma knock out the Trubbish. And Garbodor has 100 HP, so I will still be able to knock it out if he evolves it. Now, if he gets a tool on it, that's going to be a problem because I won't be able to trade. And he's got those Zoroarks, so he's rolling, man. He's got the momentum. Choice Band, okay. I'm going to take out my Golisopod. Fortunately, he does not have the... Alright, well. Let's trade the Ultra Ball, I guess. He does not have the Garbodor with Garbatoxin. Man, this is not good. Well, let's Field Blower. Alright, let's Mallow. I need those double colorless back in order to actually play the game. And actually I only need one puzzle of time. So what should my other card be? Show playmat. Yeah, you know what? I want to get rid of the hammer, so let's do that. And we will do the other trade. Get rid of this. Let's get some DCE going. Retreat. Send up this guy. And right is beating for 110. Or 130? Yeah, that makes sense. So, I don't know. If I were able to... Oh, hey, yeah, if I send up my Tapu Lele and attach the DCE, I could energy drive it for the knockout. I mean, hey, energy drive seems to be working out for him pretty well. Oh, and I could Guzma it. That would be fun. But it has 40 HP less than Zoroark GX. So actually, if he just sends this to the bench, I'm just gonna Guzma attach double colorless to this guy and knock out the Lele that way. Or he could parallel City himself and, get rid of the Tapu Lele entirely. I'm just working out some of the worst possibilities here. And I think I've used 2 Field Blowers. Yeah. So I've got 2 more left. I'm just assessing whether I think Garbodor is enough of a potential threat here. I am saying no. I am not going to try to knock out the Garbodor next turn, or Trubbish as it is right now, because I can get the other 2 Field Blower. And I betcha I'll get it next turn. I betcha one of my prizes is going to be a Sycamore, because I know that's in my discard pile, or in my prizes. Oh, interesting. How much damage is he hitting me for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 180 damage. That could be a problem. All right, we don't need the Bridget. And we still don't need the Bridget. So let's just send up this guy. We will back here. And right is speeding for knockout. And now I only need to take 2 prizes. And please, please, please get me something good here. There we go. There's this Sycamore. Yeah, but now that I actually have... so I have a Zoroark GX here, and my other Zorua is... I have 1 Zorua in my deck. Yeah. I think I do. You know what? Yeah, I only need these 2 Zoroark GX. I'm so close to... The prize count is low enough that I don't need the other Zoroark, so... I'll see what he does and see if it's worth my effort to just do another... another Guzma and knock out something, or just play Sycamore and just try to get a better hand. This counter catcher is garbage. I won't be able... I am 99.9% certain this counter catcher will not be a factor at all in this game, because he would have to draw 4 prizes and me to draw none. So he's not drawn as hot as he could be, but I think he knows what he's doing. And especially, I don't know this person's real name, but because of his affiliation with 60cards.net, I'm sure he's pretty competent. He is being careful with these turns. He's got a hand of 7 cards. Hopefully that means he has some options. But, you know, you can have a 7-card hand and still have garbage, but trade is supposed to fix that. Yep, don't need that Ultra Ball. We know you've got the Garbodor already. And we know that you're doing 180 base damage with Trashalanche, because we've got 9 items in the discard pile, which is going to be 160 with resistance. But maybe he wants to hit that Garbodor, or not that Garbodor, the Golisopod. We'll see what happens. And he hasn't used his GX yet, but, I mean, this is not a deck that runs Dark Energy, so that GX marker will be unused. This is one of the... You know, Zoroark is such a popular deck. There are so many variants of it. You know, it's made to go with a lot of stuff. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, there are like 2 variants of Zoroark GX decks that have the ability to use their GX attack. Ones that run Dark Energy for Trickster GX. Not very common. And then ZoroPod. And you can use Crossing Cut GX with just 1 grass energy, and then 2 DCE, which you're already running. You're already running DCE because you need it for riotous beating. And oh man. Uh-oh, I might have calculated my damage wrong. Ooh, this isn't looking good. I might have done bad math here. Oh. Okay, yeah. He used Field Blower to get another tool into my discard pile. Bravo! That should be enough for a knockout. And, all right. Gonna bring me down to 2 cards with N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah. He's got enough for a knockout. So I have to take out that Garbodor. That Garbodor is a threat. End of story. Got to take out Garbodor. Just hope I don't draw garbage. All right, I drew garbage. All right. I know I'm putting another another item in my discard pile, but all right. Let's just hope he doesn't have the choice band. I mean, he has 2 Puzzle of Time available to him. Let's just assume. And then the choice band in his discard pile is just... All right, so he has 2. He might not get back to choice band this turn. And let's see, you know, he is 6 cards away from a deck out. Maybe we can run the clock here. We can get him to draw every single card in his deck. So I think he's just thinning out his deck here because he just Ultra Balled for nothing. And, okay. I must have done the math wrong. And let's see here. All right. So he's doing 260. Let's see. Everything's in KO range. All right. Well, we can slow down the game a little bit with a Guzma. And hope he doesn't have a way to get retreated. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's Guzma up here. And first impression. Broken Heart. So the only way I'm going to win this game is if he doesn't have a way. See, there we go. He's got it. And with that, I am headed on to the loser's bracket. And I am going to congratulate my opponent. And with that, so, you know, I could have played the game a little bit better. If I look at the video again, I'm sure I can probably identify some misplays. But game 1 definitely was out of my hands. There was no way for me to get any basics. The best thing I had was a Puzzle of Time to try to increase my odds next turn. I guess I could have, game 1, I could have just not attached a, a DCE. And actually, game 2, I also could have not attached a DCE to that Zoroark turn 1. You know, sometimes there's a desire for players to play a card immediately as soon as it is able to be played. And that DCE attachment got me a knockout from both games. It got me a knockout from Energy Drive on the Tapu Lele. And, you know, I was trying to just set up, get energy attached so that I could potentially do attacks, do attachments on the very next turn You know, I was trying to use my attachments wisely, but clearly I did the opposite. You know, I just didn't think that I was going to be knocked out by Riotous Beating the next turn, and I did not. I got knocked out by Energy Drive. So that's it. I am going to close up here and see what happens to me in the losers bracket. You can, this is the team winning in. That was the July tournament. This is round 5. You can, that's team win and in on Twitter, I think. And my Twitter is cvramen, cvramen. Thanks for watching.